Hi everybody, Steve Elliott here again. Hope you're having a great day. This is a painting I painted in Art Rage. I'm really proud of it. I love how it came out, but I felt the pain I had to suffer to produce this painting, and I want to share that pain with you. So let's get into it. So I came up with a painting that I'm really proud of, but how did I get there? To me, it seems that there are two ways of painting a picture, and that is one where you have a really pleasant experience and everything goes perfectly well from beginning to end, and the only danger you really have there is overworking it because you don't know when to stop. The other way of painting a picture is when you have to battle with it every single step of the way, and you've got an idea in your head what you want, but nothing's going right. So there are a few things you can do to help with that situation. A bit of prep before you start painting will help a lot. And one would be the composition. Resolve the composition before you start. In other words, do some thumbnail sketches, half a dozen sketches with sort of different views, angles, moving things about, changing the size of stuff, just to get the pleasing composition. So you could resolve that with a thumbnail. The other would be colour. So you could use colour swatches. You can make your own swatches. You can even go online and download swatches, or use the Adobe app where it will give you complementary colour schemes to use and things. So you can resolve all of that before you start. One thing you can't do though is determine the technique. You can determine the technique in as much that I'm going to, like this painting, I said I'm going to paint it in thick oils, but in a loose style. But I can't, there's no plan about how the brush strokes go on as such. You've just got to go in and paint the picture. And that's where I felt the pain with this one. And I really did feel the pain quite a lot. So the composition wasn't an issue with this because I like the photo that I've got, and I'm not going to change much at all. The colours, I like the colours. I want to get those sort of warm colours in the clouds from the sunset, and I want to use strong colours in the trees that are in this sort of middle foreground. So I knew where I was going with that, so I didn't bother making a colour palette. I didn't do any thumbnail sketches. I just went in and started painting. And I used the roller to get the initial colour on. I didn't sample any colours off the painting. I picked them all off the colour wheel. And I used the roller to get those initial colours in. And that was great. I was very happy with that. Everything at that point is going swimmingly well. I then started putting in the painting in the sky. So I'm just using the standard oil brush to just sort of get in some detail in the sky, and I'm kind of really happy with how it starts off in the top right corner. I'm cool with that, and then I start putting in these oranges, and you'll notice how finicky I am here. So I know it's like almost abstract, and you say, what do you mean finicky? What I mean by finicky is I'm using quite small brush strokes, even though I've probably got the brush to 100% size, and I'm working on an A3 canvas, by the way, so at 300 dpi. So even though I've got the brush at A3 at 100% size, I'm touching it very lightly to make quite small brush strokes. In the foreground, you see with that yellow and orange, I'm sort of pressing on hard and getting the full 100% there. And I'm using the harsh blender, I think it is, to the hard out blender, I think, just to soften the edges. And I'm now using a combination of tubes of paint, the palette knife, and just the regular flat oil brush to get this colour on. And it's all looking a little bit messy, and you're going to see me now overpaint this a lot. So I've sort of, but barely touch the top right corner, the top left corner, barely get touched at all, because that is the effect that I'm kind of trying to capture on the rest of the painting. And it doesn't seem to be working. This method I've been using recently with the tubes of paint, squirting the paint on, it's not working. It's not happening. It's not doing what it should do. So I'm sort of flicking back between the brush, putting a few brush strokes in, using the blender, softening off edges. You notice I've even left, like, in the top right corner, at this point I've left just the rolled colour on, and the texture that the roller has put on there. I've just sort of left that in there, and it looks all right. It looks okay, but this is just not what I'm after. I want something way looser, and this looks, if you look at that, to me, that looks absolutely laboured, like I've forced every stroke. So I'm thinking, and the clouds just sort of lost somehow, so I'm thinking, do I need more colour in the background? So I start in the sky, so I start adding colour, I start adding tone by putting in light colour, brushing that in, so I've got that sort of green in the sky, which I quite like. And then I'm going to bring that in the right hand side, because I want to create a balance. I don't just want that green in one corner. And I'm thinking I need to bring the horizon down, because I'm going to keep those trees quite low, really low to the horizon as they are in the photo. So I need to bring that down. So at this point, I'm not happy. I'm not a happy bunny. I'm sort of, I want it to be almost like an abstract painting, but you can say, oh yeah, that's a cloud. But it looks overworked. It looks like I've laboured every brush stroke, and I don't know what I'm doing. So I'm thinking, I had, by the way, a really stressful week, and not making up for why I'm struggling with this painting or anything. And it was the first time I'd done any painting for a week, and I sat down on a Sunday, and my Instagram posting for this day was, what better way to de-stress than open up the Art Rage app. And it's true. I mean, it was de-stressing me at one level, because it was taking me away from the stressful week I've had, and it was just so cool to be painting again. But on the other level, I was really frustrated. I wasn't stressed, but I was frustrated that it just wasn't going with me. And I'm thinking, oh God, I've not painted for a week. I can't paint anymore. And now all the doubts are setting in, and I'm sort of really struggling with it. And I kept showing Special K, saying, that's my partner. I was saying to Special K, what do you think? Is it all right? She's going, yeah, I like it. I like it. And, oh, she goes, yeah, I like it. And then when she goes, yeah, I like it, I'm thinking, nah, she's not feeling it, because she either raves about something, or she just goes, yeah, I like it. So I know, like, it wasn't going too well. So then I thought, maybe I need to get the foreground in. And if I get the foreground in, I'll get a sense of the balance of the tones and the contrast. And maybe it'll all look okay. So I started painting the foregrounds in, and I wanted, like the photo, I wanted sort of really darks in there, but I didn't want it a silhouette. I wanted to have sort of some mid-tone colours, and then these darker colours just sort of dabbed over the top of it. So so straight away I'm thinking, this is lifting me now. I'm really happy that I'm getting these dark tones in, and I love the effect of those trees. I think that's great. That's really cool. The colours are the right balance and everything. That all fits. But my God, this cloud, the top left, top right corner, top left, I'm really happy. And in fact, the top third of the painting, And the bottom third of the painting, I'm really happy with. And I'm just not feeling the middle third right the way across. And I'm sort of messing around with the trees now, just wondering what I'm going to do with these clouds. And although it looks okay at this point, it doesn't look okay, does it? It doesn't look okay. I was trying to tell myself it looked okay, and it doesn't. So at this point, I could have just trashed the painting and called it a day and give up on it. And I did sign it. But then I'm sort of looking at it and think, well, I've got a painting that I'm not happy with. I don't like it at all. Let's keep going. And this is the difference between having a painting that you're really pleased with and you just keep going and you spoil it. Like the pastel I did the other week that was just ended up dire. I ruined it. Now, I've got nothing to lose here because this painting's not good. So I can do whatever I want to it. And I can't make, well, I could make it worse, I suppose, but I don't care if I make it worse because I'm not happy with the result at all. So I start looking a bit closer at the clouds, first of all, to see if I can get them looking a little bit more like clouds. So I'm still barking up the wrong tree, really, because that's not what I want to do. What I really want to do is keep this really loose effect going off. Not that I've got in the top right corner and I've now got in the trees, but this bit in the middle just looks so overworked. So I'm sort of not really enjoying the process, but I'm still pushing the paint around and still working it, and I'm overpainting it and I'm overpainting it and I'm overpainting it. And this is something I want to kind of encourage you guys to do. You know, if you are not having the best time with the painting, don't be afraid to just keep painting over what you've already got. Because with digital, it doesn't matter, does it? You're never actually physically putting on loads more paint, and you're not going to get sort of crocodiling where the paint dries underneath and not on or it dries on the skin and not underneath and so on. So you've got none of that worry. You can just keep painting as much as you want. And I'm making it worse. It's getting worse and worse and worse. Look, this now looks absolutely a mess. And I'm thinking, well, you know what? I'm still tied into this looking too close at the clouds for the detail. And I'm not happy. And at this point, I'm really ready to give up and throw the old thing away. But you think, you know what? No, I'm not going to. I get the blender out. I think I'm just going to do something radical. I am going to just soften all of this out, this middle third, and start again. And I will do this. What people say, you can't do it with a watercolour. You can put your painting under the tap in a sink and just run the water off it and wash the colour off it. And I've done that hundreds of times. And even here, look, I'm destroying bits of the painting I like. So I've softened off those trees. I'm thinking they've got to go because I need to paint behind it. And I can always put the trees back in. And now I'm seeing something that is exactly what I wanted to get with that distant sky. And I start painting in again over that. But I'm really conscious now. Now I know where I'm going. I'm thinking, be careful. Do not overwork this. Just put in brush strokes, simple brush strokes. Do a little bit of blending, but do not overwork it anymore. And all of a sudden, my mood's lifted. So I've gone through all of the pain that I was talking about earlier, and I'm now getting to it. And I'm putting these orange strokes in, and I'm thinking, yes, this is it. I'm getting it. I'm getting the painting I wanted. And this whole process took about an hour and 15 minutes or something like that to get to where I'm at now. And now I'm just putting that tree back in again. And I'm really, really happy with this painting. I'm so pleased how it come out. And I've had a good response on Instagram. And I posted it on a few art groups. And it was getting likes straight away. So I knew I'd got a winner. And that is it, everybody. That is my working through the paint to come up with a painting that I'm really, really proud of. So I hope you've enjoyed this video. If you have, a big thumbs up as always is much appreciated. And if you're new to the channel, please consider subscribing, because I've got lots of videos like this and I would love to be sharing them with you. So hopefully I'll see you all in the next one. Bye.